it's the lavish lifestyle. It's the nobody touches him. Nobody, like when he come in, when the kingpin walk in the neighborhood, everybody respect him. Everybody move out his way. You know what I'm saying? And the only person that's gonna touch him is the one that's trying to take his spot. If you bold enough to take that man's spot, you become the man now. You the man now, right? So just like on the wire, when Marlo came in, he showed them who the man. I'm the man now. It is what it is. So like when you in the hood, yeah, it is, and that promotes the young boys in the hood to not want to go get regular jobs. A lot of them, sports.
I'm trying to figure out where you disagree with me at.
No, I'm saying like you saying it's just the lifestyle, but the doctor would provide a different lifestyle, and it's a lot of girls that wouldn't do it because they would consider them square, even if they had money. You see what I'm saying? They would consider them square. It's the dangerous part of aspect of it too. So that's
why do every time a woman get with a drug dealer that's doing well and spinning the bag, always try to get him to stop dealing drugs?
Because we gonna be honest. I always tell people this: when that guy in the '80s pull up with that Benz, Envy know what I'm talking about. He got the Benz in the '80s. Mm-hmm. He got that gold chain on. He got that fila sweatsuit on with them filas. He got them rings on, them nugget rings and all that shit. And he pull up to the neighborhood. He's pulling up to our black communities to deal with the most beautifulest girl in our neighborhood. And when he pull up to get her, as he opening the car door and she get in the car door, you know who's speaking to him? Miss Johnson, Miss Brown, Miss Green. They all, hey, baby. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But at the same time, you seeing Mr. John come back from work. He's a plumber, all dirty, and everybody speaking to him. I'm sitting on the step watching all this shit take place. So I said, damn, I got to be a part of this shit. Mm-hmm. In the black community, the women dictate who the man want to grow up to be based off of who they date.
That's real.
So I'm looking at it like, shit, I'm only seeing these girls, they dealers and dudes that got nice cars. Mm-hmm. I got to get me some nice cars to get me some ass. Mm-hmm. I got to get some jewelry. I got to get some fly. I got to get fly. That's what it was about.
And the way you saw to get fly was
that's the only people I seen to respect. Yeah. They only respected the criminals in the game.
When what was he in the hood? I mean, chicks like hood dudes, right?
He grew up in Philly, from what I understand. So.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think that that's universal. I think that that was just an experience of. I mean, people like different things. I think that certain women like drug dealers. Some women don't. They like, I don't. I can't. That's not my reality. I didn't. That's not what I saw. I saw women who liked, when I was in school, especially, and I grew up in the 80s, 70s, 80s, I'm older. I didn't see that. It was popular to be the smart kid, to want to be career oriented. We grew up around, you wanted to be successful. So I can't speak on that because that just wasn't my reality.
Were you from the suburbs?
You said what now?
Did you grow up in the suburbs or?
No. I mean, it was a suburban area, but it wasn't okay. Like high, like the demographics. It wasn't, our income wasn't high income, but we all had the same mentality where we were all, we wanted to. Our parents instilled values, morals. They cared about your grades. They wanted you to be successful. That was one thing we all had in common. So, I can't say I didn't have drug dealers on my. Well, there may have been some, but nobody looked at them like, "Oh, I want to be just like that person." It was like they were getting all the girls that you wanted, because most of the women that I grew up around, even though we were low income, they all went to college to end up doing something for themselves. They have husbands who are, of like minds. So I didn't see that as an experience. I think that that's a small community or a community, and that's probably what they saw. But I don't think that that's the 80s, 90s experience. At least it wasn't mine.
Okay. Dara McPherson, do you beg to differ?
Beg to differ what? My experience?
Or just in general, what do you think? Do you think that what he was saying is remotely true, or is he way off?
Close to the truth, but he kind of misassociated the connection. Like he said, it was men looking at that from hindsight and like, okay, I guess I got to go deal drugs and be a gangbanger to get some ass. I think that's where the disconnect was. I think it's more of the lifestyle that the drug dealer was able to provide to the women. Because if it was a nigga that was cleaning up garbage on the streets, as he was rolling around with a Benz and doing all that shit, they'd be going over to the garbage niggas. It wasn't necessarily the drug dealing, it was the lifestyle. And I think women know that, and they just let us be stupid and be like, yeah, you think that's what it is. No, niggas, what you can do for me is the purses, is the nights, the shopping and all that shit. They not thinking about no motherfucking powder going into a bag or none of that stuff, or whatever you do. Go do what you do, boo. Just give me your credit card. And I think if most men are able to understand that perspective, then they won't misassociate, why these women are going for these particular guys. Now you.
I agree, Bruce.
Sherelle, I have a feeling that you emphatically disagree with what Mr. Darwin just said. Am I correct?
I mean, yeah. I guess y'all have to have like a resident hood person on the panel, so I'll be that today. No. If you're in the hood, the guy that's getting busy, he the man. That's what it is. He got the money, he gonna get the baddest, he gonna get the flyest. If you wanna beat the man, you gotta beat the man. So in just good girls gonna get overlooked. People don't like the averages, right? So even in the communities where everybody's good, everybody want that doctor, right? So the plug is the doctor in the hood. He the doctor. He ain't the nurse. He ain't the guy that check you in. He's not that. He's the doctor. He the one with the money and credit cards. Drug dealers don't have credit cards unless they're a scammer too, and then they have credit cards, but they ain't their credit cards. So you got to understand that a doctor, he gonna spend his money, but he ain't gonna spend his money like a drug dealer. The money come fast when you a drug dealer. It go fast, so they spend it fast. It's the lavish lifestyle. It's the nobody touches him. Nobody, like when he come in, when the kingpin walk in the neighborhood, everybody respect him. Everybody move out his way. You know what I'm saying? And the only person that's gonna touch him is the one that's trying to take his spot. And if you bold enough to take that man's spot, you become the man now. You the man now, right? So just like on the wire, when Marlo came in, he showed them who the man. I'm the man now. It is what it is. So like when you in the hood, yeah, it is. And that promotes the young boys in the hood to not want to go get regular jobs. A lot of them, sports.
I'm trying to figure out where you disagree with me at.
No, I'm saying like you saying it's just the lifestyle, but the doctor would provide a different lifestyle. And it's a lot of girls that wouldn't do it because they would consider them square, even if they had money. You see what I'm saying? They would consider them square. It's the dangerous aspect of it too. So that's
why do every time a woman get with a drug dealer that's doing well and spinning the bag, always try to get him to stop dealing drugs? I swear, every story I hear, even every movie I watch, the girl that goes on the hip of the drug dealer, she always trying to get him out of the streets.
Well, no, that's just some
movies. That's TV.
Yeah,
I included movies. I didn't say it was solely movies. I included even movies do it as well. Like I said, every story I hear, it's always the girl trying to get the nigga off of the street. Baby, I want to have his family. I want you to stop doing this. You getting shot. I'm scared. Like,
no.
They don't be caring. They like Tasha St. Patrick. You see how Tasha didn't want Ghost to lead the game? You see how he was trying to change his life? They're more like Tasha than anything.
I know and grew up with a lot of dope boys. And most of the women that they had that they was with long term, they in the shit too. You know what I'm saying? They bagging up. They know what a work is. If somebody coming to pick up a jab, they know where it's at. Man, babe, Darwin on his way. All right, bet. Awesome. She gonna run it down. You know what I'm saying? Run it downstairs. So it's there is. Come on.
Hold on. So y'all just made this. Y'all just twisted it and actually made this worse on the women now.
No,
I mean, but that's the
reality. I think she was speaking facts. I think that's the reality.
There is a specific group of women that are interested in that. Like that's what gets them off, and that's why that cycle continues.